I guess the question is, why do you need to stock up on any of these items? Why does this matter at all? So today I'm going to be talking with you about what I got at Costco, why it's important, and why we should be thinking like preppers here. Hey, if we haven't met, I'm Victoria. I am the cruise director here at Fortuna Cucina. This is my kitchen. I teach you all about cooking, teas, herbs, all of those things. And today I think it's important to talk about what is happening in the world and why my trip to Costco was so important. So for those of you who don't know what's happening with the hurricane on the East Coast, with strikes, with there's just a lot happening all at the same time. So for me, the thing that is very poignant is the fact that the longshoremen have gone on strike. And so it makes me think about how supplies are going to get here to the United States that we are used to getting elsewhere. So that really gives me some pause. And right now it's just the East Coast workers that are striking, but I don't know if the West Coast workers will be striking as well in solidarity. So we shall see. At the same time, Amazon is talking like their workers, their drivers are part of the Teamsters, and they're talking about going on strike. This is all going to impact goods and services that we are used to purchasing and enjoying a low price and enjoying the convenience of getting it whenever we want. So today I want to talk to you about my trip to Costco, what I bought, and why I think it's important. So let's start with the big elephant in the room. When I went to Costco, and today is the 3rd of October, so I went yesterday, October 2nd, day after the longshoreman strike started. No toilet paper, no eggs whatsoever. And that was the first time, I guess there have been times where I've gone to Costco and I haven't seen eggs, but it just kind of stuck out to me. I thought it was interesting that there were no eggs, and eggs are really one of the cheapest forms of protein. And so I did stop by my local H-E-B on the way home, and I got a couple dozen eggs. What else did I get there that I thought was interesting? So they do have Kerrygold butter, and I know this varies per location that you go to, but they didn't have Kerrygold butter for a minute because they had to change their packaging that had, a bunch of pesky forever chemicals in it. So I'm a little leery of Kerrygold butter. However, that is the best option that I could find. So I got some Kerrygold butter. I did get almond butter, and in relation to their almond butter and peanut butters, they do have organic options. It's really the cheapest deal around. It is. And so for a while, a couple of years ago, I was looking for the cheapest prices for peanut butter. I make a lot of protein bites, and I posted a video last week if you want to know how I make a protein bite without protein powder and the ingredients I use. So I have a lot of peanut butter on hand because I end up making a lot for my family. They like it. So it's just the cheapest price around. So look for their almond butter and their protein butter. What else did I get? Coconut water. They still had plenty of that. And if we're gonna start thinking like preppers, which I think that we should, and if we're gonna start thinking like we need to have long-term things on hand, then we need stuff like this, okay? This is the organic PB Fit peanut butter powder. It was $13.99, and this has a pound. So it comes to about here on the bag. For that item, I would take it out of the packaging and I would put it in a clear glass jar, and I would vacuum seal it and put it on my pantry. Well, we would probably use something like that a lot. You can use them for smoothies, that kind of thing. But I'm also thinking in an emergency situation, if you run out of your nut butter, you can reconstitute the dried peanut butter. Okay, next item, pasta. So my family's Italian, at least part of it anyway, and I'm really a stickler for what pasta we are purchasing. So this Rumo pasta, it comes with 6 bags and 3 different kinds. And honestly, I think the shells are ridiculously big. I probably wouldn't make mac and cheese or anything with this, but whatever. Think about it, in an emergency situation, you have plenty of pasta. You could make pasta and red sauce. You could make noodles and butter even. You can make, there's an Italian dish called, I say it wrong every time, aglio de olio. And basically it's just olive oil. You could put some red pepper flakes. You use pepper, black pepper, and it's like olive oil and noodles. And then of course nobody adds Parmesan cheese to that, but I do because I think it's delicious. So there are a number of ways that you can use this. This is great if you just need a quick meal, but also think about it, if we have a situation where people aren't able to get staples, this is a great option, this pasta, because you know you can make a bag of pasta and you can survive on that for a while. Here's another thing that I bought, and this looks ridiculous, but I'm gonna show you why it's not. Okay, look at this huge cutting board. Now, I use wood cutting boards, and I did a video on this a while ago, that plastic cutting boards, there have been studies that have done, I'm not making this up, microplastics end up in your food. And with a wood cutting board, I can't talk today. With a wood cutting board, a piece of microscopic wood might end up in your food. Like, not a big deal. So it's better, I think, to ingest a piece of wood than a piece of plastic. We have enough microplastics going on in our water and things like that, for me, this is a good purchase. It was $53, fantastic. Okay, and then of course, my family's Italian. They already have panettone on October 3rd. Thank you very much. Now, the last thing I want to share with you is we ended up getting flushable butt wipes because they're out of toilet paper. We do have some toilet paper stocked up, but in event of an emergency, if something happens and our water's out, you could use that for a quick, like, little bird bath. You could use that to, if you have something happening, you can use those for a number of different ways, like not just as intended, but I think it's good to have those on hand, and those are a good option given that they don't have any toilet paper. So that's what I bought at Costco this week. Again, I ended up getting not as many items as I thought. This still came to about $200. And I'm trying to think if I missed anything. Oh, I also did buy socks for my son. Those types of things you may want to consider as well. And the thing is, the political climate's a little weird. So check out Costco this week. I did find that some of these items, I think I'll be purchasing more in the future. I think that this is a fantastic idea. I think that anything that is dehydrated that you can put in your pantry is always a great idea. But other options for purchasing food. Okay, I have purchased from Azure Standard in the past. This is a co-op. It's not like a grocery store. You don't go walk in. You purchase online on their site. You pick the closest co-op to you. You purchase from their site. It gets delivered to wherever the co-op says to go. So for me, it's about a 15-minute drive, and we meet at a local church. And we meet the truck, and we all help unload. So this type of situation is really unconventional, and for many people, they just want the convenience of going into the grocery store. And if that's you, like you do your own situation. But for me, I'm finding they have a lot of organic ingredients and a lot of things that I cannot find in bulk at the grocery store. So things I've purchased from them include like dehydrated fruit. I've purchased wheat berries, einkorn wheat berries in bulk. So there's a lot of things that are more bulk items, and I think that's great. So especially if you're stocking up, I do not think that would be a bad idea, because as I was talking with my son about this morning on the way to school, like, let's not forget like the relationship between supply and demand. Supply goes down, your demand's gonna go up, your price is gonna go up. And so whether all these strikes last for a day or a week or whatever, in my eyes, the price is going to go up, and companies are going to take advantage of this, companies like Amazon, because the price is never going to go back down. So in my mind, like, okay, if I want something, A, I better get it now, and B, it may never be at this price again. Scary to think because of all the inflation that we've dealt with over the past couple of years, but this is just the situation. So that's what I bought at Costco this week. What are you buying at Costco? Let me know in the comments. Something else that I'm doing is I'm purchasing any herbs that I need right now. I do have a tea company, and so I'm trying to think of what herbs I will need through the end of the year and purchasing those right now just so I have them. But what items are you purchasing? And what are you thinking about right now? Is this something that you've been thinking about? Not at all? Has it kept you up at night? I'd love to hear what items you're thinking that maybe you should go ahead and get. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and she's very concerned about the fact her basement flooded, and she's worried that she can't get carpet now. And she didn't sign a contract. She got a quote for the carpet, and she hasn't paid for the carpet yet. And so now she's concerned that she's gonna have to pay more for the carpet. So real situation, right? And there's, what can we do about it? So let me know what you're thinking. All right, friends, thanks for watching. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and you share it with a friend who you think needs to know this information. I think we should all be talking about this right now because this is current events and this is what's happening in our world. All right, friends, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.